Bowtech Core SS 31.5-inch axle to axle. To me, immediately feels kind of like the SS34. Like I said, seems to be a theme of the long risers. I really like this black finish, and I actually noticed they changed up the color pattern just a little bit on the logo here. I think it's a clean look, as well as the graphics on the limb. So overall, really clean looking bow. I'm sure it has a lot of tech packed into it as well, so hit that.
So something Bowtech that we didn't cover yet, because we're just now getting into it. So this is 31.5 axle to axle, a little bit shorter, 6.25-inch brace height. Super, super smooth. I find this to be like your 34 on smooth. Once again, they widened out their pocket just a little bit more. Wider limb, the whole system, but something that's new to Bowtech this year, they've incorporated so you can slide your sight into and kind of cleaned it out.
Yeah.
Black gold makes a really, really clean version of this, super thin, just so you can get that more integrated balance system. So now you can throw your sight through, or you can still bolt it onto the side if you have options. So you're not just committed to, you need to shoot this sight. So very, very neat technology there that they brought in. Just like you said with the 34, the biggest thing I'd try to stress to guys, any bow that has all riser is going to give you the hold, but I'm looking for the efficiency. So if we could record James at full draw, this limb's only going to dip down to here instead of clear down to here. So you're holding a lot of efficiencies in this bow. So that's what they're kind of looking for on here. They want it a little bit shorter for a guy sitting in tree stands, ground blinds, or even a guy that wants to spot in stock, because you still have a bigger cam on it, so it gives you the string angle that you're looking for on a short bow. But you still have nice speeds. 337, I believe IBO is on this, 6.25 brace, 31.5-inch axle to axle. So
once again, the bitch and grip, which I am going to play with here in a bit to see how I like it. But I think just, you see a lot of people, change out the grips or have aftermarket ones. You can literally do that right here in the bow, so that's really, really cool. And here we go. Let's let her ride. I believe we're at 29 inches. I believe.
29-inch throw. Yep, and your own comfort. So do not hit that chrono, James.
Ooh. Feels different than the last one.
71.5 pounds.
That's why. That's a beaut. I want to shoot that again. Let me pull that arrow.
Something new from Black Gold. That's their new sight system. So it's their dual track. You can adjust bottom pin, so you can set that bottom pin wherever you want, but this is the incorporated. So if you look at the thinness of that, and then that just slides right into their system if that screws out far enough. And it just has predetermined holes to where you want it to go. So really neat system. What I like about it is you can run it incorporated, or you can still bolt on the outside, so you don't just have to buy that sight. But really, really cool technology they've brought into it.
One thing I like about that, and I know, it seems like a lot of brands are kind of moving the same direction of getting everything more in line, so the bow is less bulky, thinner, cleaner profile, and I think that's a really good way to do it. Just that saves you a ½ inch of space, which is
Absolutely
awesome. And that gets your quiver tighter, it pulls everything in, so pretty cool.
For guys that shoot sidebars, it's really not a huge deal. It is, but it isn't.
That one is, as Bruce would say, dead in the hand. Definitely a little more dead than the Eva. It could be because this bow's a little heavier, so I think it kind of soaks up more vibration. That's, again, with just a stabilizer on it. So very impressive. This bow doesn't feel short to me. I personally would say 31.5 is like a little on the short side for me, but this bow does not feel short. Even the string angle feels good. And I'm impressed with it. I do have a question about, I see this new logo. I think it says time lock. What is that, guy?
So what that allows me to do is I can take this, put it in the press, and I can adjust your cable. So if you look at your hash marks there, I can bring this cable up or down. You're going to gain about 4 pounds if you take it all the way up, which is a concern to me on a hunting bow. But it's going to give you essentially, it'll let you fine tune your cams, but it's also going to give you a hard wall if you start cranking that all the way up. So the more you preload those cables, the harder back wall you're going to get. They brought a lot of stuff over from their target bow, essentially. That's one of them. The other one is the grip. What I would like you to do, let's film sideways, go to full draw on this, James. What I keep harping about, the nerdiness part of me, is the efficiency of this limb, how little it moves, and then the string angle too, because of the bigger cam. So if you look at where this limb dips down, it comes right below the center pivot, so hardly any kind of move on this part of the limb. And then if you look at the size of the cam, the beautiful string angle it's given, James, so it doesn't fill and shoot like a 31.5-inch axle to axle.
Yeah, no, it definitely doesn't. I think this is a very, very comfortable bow.
Almost feels like a 33, huh?
It does, yeah. Like it feels the same almost as my SR350, which is 33-inch axle to axle, which I've always said 34-inch is probably my favorite axle to axle. But this, I'm actually very surprised how much I like it, and I'm excited to shoot the 2 bows we have coming up to see if one of those makes it pass. But first, we got to chrono this, so let's head up there. Comfort 430 grain arrow, 29-inch draw, 70 pounds.
70, a little fat. 71.
71.
Left. Send it.
283. You know, 283
Left.
on comfort with a 430 grain arrow. That's not slow. 282 is not
You know, I'm
slow.
like you. As long as I'm 280 up, I don't care.
I always say that as well. For my bows, I prefer to be between 280 and 300. So that's in that range, and we're going to bump it to performance. Give it another try. I expect it to be about 290, which with a 430 grain arrow, that's packing quite a bit of kinetic energy. So I'm interested to see how much the draw regresses in performance, but we'll find out here in a minute. So we got the Core SS flipped over to performance. We got 282 out of this setup in comfort, so we're going to give it a try and also see how the draw cycle feels. Oh well.
Set it. So you see that load at the S?
293. So we gained, 10. A solid 10 feet a second on the performance. The draw, it's not that much worse. It's just a little more pack at the end, gets a little steeper. And honestly, I like this bow a lot more than I anticipated I would like it, just because of the axle to axle. So if you're like me and tend to like 33, 34-inch bows, I would suggest at least giving this one a spin if you're looking for a new bow, because it feels much longer than the axle to axle says. So I'm very impressed with this bow, and I love the grip adjustability, like I said. So we're going to play with some more, but so far for me, this is the front runner. This is a nice bow.
I'm happy they put the bigger cam for the string angle. So if you look at that compared to the next one we're going to do, look at that cam size compared to the other one.
So anyway, there it is, 293 feet a second on performance, 283 on comfort. Awesome bow. Cruise in, check it out, and let's check out the next one. Thanks, guys.
Wow, deputy.